Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Morton Stacey. I'm one of the co-artistic directors at Ars Nova, where we are producing Ho Church in association with Lena Waithe. We're so excited that you're going to be coming to Ho Church in a couple of weeks. We can't wait to see you here. We're here on the set of Ho Church right now, so this is what you'll be seeing when you come into the theater. And I'm here with the writer and performer, star of the show, Brandon Kyle Goodman.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you a little bit about Ho Church today so you have a sense of what you're going to be walking into on November 19th. Brandon, to start with, can you share a little bit with us about what Ho Church is and where it came from?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's inspired by the fact that I grew up a PK. My grandmother was a minister. And then about 15 years ago, my mother became a born again Christian. And so I started to have to reckon with my relationship to religion, to church, and how to kind of rebuild a way of worship. And so Ho Church is that response to that. And I describe it as like Pee Wee's Playhouse and Lamb Chops sing along or play along meets Dr. Ruthie with a dash of Wendy Williams. So it is a wild, exciting, fun, and joyful celebration, a space to release the shame that has a hold on us a lot of times.
Thank you so much. There are a lot of really wonderful influences in the church, as you have heard from what Brandon just described. And because of this, the way that Brandon is reckoning with their past experiences and building this new kind of church with all of us in the show, there's a lot of talk about sex and it can get kind of spicy. So,
Mhm.
which is really fun. But we're going to tell you a little bit about some of the moments of audience participation so you can think a little bit about what you might want to bring into the space on the evening that you see the show. So when Brandon asks for audience responses, you have brought something with you that you're ready to talk about. Before we do that though, if you want to pause the video and think a little bit about what Brandon shared about where this story came from for them and how it would resonate with you, we encourage you to do that. We'll be here when you unpause and come back. So, Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about the audience participation moments in Ho Church and what the folks that are coming to the show will be asked to talk with you about while you're here?
Yes, and I also want to preface it, I'm not gonna pull you on stage, and you get to
Yeah,
stay in your seat,
good
but
point.
you do shout out like you're in a fun lecture or something like that, or a church actually.
Yeah.
And so the first thing we do is called about your turn on. So it's about BIMA, which is our acronym for how do you identify your turn ons. BIMA stands for body, environment, mood, accoutrement. So we'll go one category by category, and I'll ask for you tell me where in your body do you like to be touched or kissed or licked, and then with your environment, where do you enjoy having sex? You might say, a lot of people say outside. One might say outside. You might just say a bedroom, which is
Yeah.
fabulous. Then we'll move to mood, which is how you set the vibe. So you might say, I like a scented candle, or I need music, or I need silk sheets. I don't know. And then for accoutrements, it's the props for play. So I'll let's say lube, or you might want a harness, or other assortments of things that you might enjoy for your playtime.
It's always really fun to hear about what the folks in the audience on a given night are excited to bring into that space and ever get some new ideas for what might turn them on. So you think a little bit about those prompts, body, environment, mood, accoutrement,
Yeah.
and what you might want to shout out in that moment of Ho Church for what turns you on there. And then there's a second moment as well,
Yeah, a
right?
second moment is our shame release ritual. So as I told you at the top of this, a lot of this is about how do we release a shame? How do we erase the shame that people put on us? And so I'll there's a puppet in the show, and I will ask that's their co-comments. But I'll ask them a bit to finish this sentence. Sometimes I feel shame about, and he will give his shame offering, and then I'll turn it to the audience and I'll say sometimes I feel shame about, and it can be anything. It could be a big shame, a little shame, something that you still experience or that you used to experience. The one I offer every night is about my face. So I say sometimes I feel shame about my hyperpigmentation, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically dark spots on your face and like missing having like perfectly clear skin. And then I'll say to the audience, has anyone ever felt shame around hyperpigmentation or dark spots, acne, scarring, or anything having to do with face stuff? And then people who resonate with that will raise their hand, and most people do.
I always raise my hand.
Most people, yeah, I feel that. No, we all have our skin stuff. And then I'll open it up to the audience, and you can offer. You don't have to, but a lot of people do, and they offer things that they feel shame about, and then we all release it together.
Thanks, Brendan.
Yeah.
So that is always also a moment where we can all kind of come together and it reminds us that we're not alone. So we'd love for you to think about if you might want to share something during the shame release ceremony to help other people feel that they can see their experience in your own experience. And so you can think a little bit about what that shame might be that you want to bring to the show with you that night. There's always after that section, we get to kind of do a little praise break and dance and release the shame by moving our bodies, which always feels really, really good and is very celebratory.
Yes.
There's a final moment of participation, which does not require any kind of talking back and forth with Brandon, but it involves a donut. So you will be fed while you're here, a Krispy Kreme donut. Everyone in the audience gets one. And it's just a really fun moment where we get to play a little bit and learn about one of the Ho Church components that Brandon is teaching everyone in the audience about during the show. So that's Ho Church. We're so excited to have you. You'll be seeing us again on this set. We've got a DJ Ari, who will also be holding it down during the service. And we will see you on November 19th. And after the show, Brandon and I will be up here again to do a short talk back with you all so we can hear a little bit about your experience. You can ask questions of Brandon after you've seen the show and have your own thoughts to share. So thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed our video and we can't wait to see you. And thank you so much to Change Arts and to Lena Waite for making this evening possible. See you soon.
Hello.